What's up, everybody? Charlie Marlow here. Got to jump on, talk a little Cardinals baseball on the off day, getting ready for the homestand against the Brewers, the first place Brewers in the National League Central, and then Diamondbacks after that. But how we feeling? How we thinking? Drop your comments, comment, like, subscribe. So the Cardinals right now, 9-10 after taking two of three from the Oakland slash Sacramento slash Las Vegas A's, wherever the hell they're going to be over the next several years. Win the first two games, going for the sweep. Still have not won the final game of any of these series this year. That's one of those weird, quirky things. But also, some of the lineups I feel like for these getaway days, I'd like to see a little more cutthroat, go for it. Not necessarily I'm talking about yesterday versus the A's, but just in general. Nothing wrong with actually sweeping a team, folks, right? I think you can agree with me on that. All right, let's just talk a lot of big picture Cardinal stuff here. Look, we're 19 games into the season. So we're a little more than 10% of the way through the season. What is that? Probably 12, 13%. I'm not even going to look it up, but you guys can do that for me. So 3 games back in the division of the Brewers. I think it's fair to say Central early on better than we expected. Let's look at the Cardinals from a team perspective first, and we'll start with the offense. I'll be the first one to say I did not think the offense was going to be bad or this bad. It is early, but it's not that early. So right now, offensively in baseball, the Cardinals are 24th in OPS with an OPS of 653. 24th. They're tied for 23rd in runs in baseball. Now, teams have played a different amount of games. So, they're somewhere around there. But either way, if you're talking about 23rd and 24th, in the two stats that to me matter the most, and that is OPS, that's a good catch-all stat for everything. It obviously encompasses your batting average and your slug and your OPS, or excuse me, your on base percentage. It's all melded into one. You're basically your bottom quartile. Is that the word? Bottom fourth in baseball, essentially offensively. You're right on the cusp of bottom fourth in baseball for an offense. I thought there was a decent chance this Cardinals offense would be a top 10 offense. Now, maybe I'm way off on that. It's early, but a lot of warning signs. We'll get into individually some guys we're worried about, and some guys that we can celebrate as well. We're not going to be all negative here, folks. Okay. All right. Let's go to pitching though, team wise first. Okay. So overall ERA across baseball, Cardinals are 10th in ERA with a 3.74. That's pretty dang good. I don't know. I don't think you can ask for much more than that pitching staff overall. Now, I think you can ask for more for the starters from the starters. We'll get into that in a second. But I also think it's kind of misleading. It's so early because if you look at starter ERA, the Cardinals have a 4.21. That's 20th in baseball. So you look at that and you go, "Oh, that's not very good." But if you see how close they are, for example, to like maybe 13th, if you have one inning that goes better, all of a sudden you could be 13th. So I think overall, the Cardinals starters ERA being 4.21, I think you should be pretty happy about that. Although, I don't know, just overall, I've not been a huge fan of this rotation. So if they're middle of the pack, that wouldn't surprise me. Even if they were to stay at 20th, that really wouldn't surprise me if we're talking about ERA. And we'll get into that more in terms of why I think that. Pen ERA. So relievers, 3.27, ninth best in all of baseball. That also shows you if they're ninth in pen ERA, but they're 10th in overall ERA, and their starters are 20th, that shows you there's a million teams. I looked it up. I don't have it with me right now, but like the difference between the Cardinals in 20th in ERA at 4.21 and I think like 13th at a 4.05 ERA, we're talking about one good or bad inning. All of a sudden, the Cardinals could be 13th or 14th. So I do think it's a little early there. Overall, I think it's fair to say starters have been okay, kind of what I expected. offense has been much worse than I thought they would be. And I think it's fair to say the bullpen has been about what most people thought. I think a lot of people thought the Cardinals could have a top 10 bullpen, and that's what they have right now. Ninth in bullpen ERA. I remember we did a show with Brendan Schaefer, low hanging fruit. We'll do another one tomorrow, by the way. But MLB.com had their rankings of bullpens, and I'm pretty sure the Cardinals were in the top 10. I think it was something like sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, whatever it is. Check on that if you can, but I'm pretty sure they were top 10. And you have some really good individual performances from the bullpen as well. Let's start there. We'll go in reverse order because I'm talking about the pen now. So, look, first of all, Ryan Helsley. I know it's early. It's fun to do this, but he's on pace for 60 saves. He has 7 saves in 19 games. Is he going to get 60? Probably not. Is he going to get 50? Probably not. But could Ryan Helsley have a 40 plus save season? Hell, could he push 50? I guess. What was Trevor Rosenthal's best season for saves? You guys can let me know. I think it was pushing 50 or dang close, maybe 45. Okay. Other relievers, you're feeling good about. Andrew Kittredge, that looks like a really good deal. He's a really nice pitcher. I mean, Jojo Romero has been great. Helsley has been really, really good. So, all right, let's then move to the starters. So look, you have Miles Michaelis and Kyle Gibson with ERAs basically right around 6. Now, do I think they're going to end the season with 6 ERAs? Probably not. But would it surprise me if their ERAs are close to 5? I mean, weren't they both last year? This is where I can actually, you know what, folks? I should stop asking, hey, what did this person do? I can actually look this stuff up. Doesn't that help you guys? Last year wasn't Kyle Gibson's ERA about 4.76 or something like that with the Baltimore Orioles? And I'm pretty sure that Miles Michaelis, his ERA was very similar with the Cardinals last year. So I got it for you. Here we go. I can look these things up. It helps if I help you out. Yeah, Kyle Gibson, ERA last year with the Orioles was 4.73. Now his FIP, fielding independent pitching, was 4.13, but his ERA right now is 6.16 with a FIP of 6.41. Not good. I think with Kyle Gibson, you're going to be riding the roller coaster. You're going to have some really nice outings, but also he can give up some long balls. Remember the Cardinals hit 4 straight off of him. Was it last year, a couple years ago? I know I always bring that up, but it's one of those things that just it can't get out of my brain. Miles Michaelis last year ERA was 4.78. So basically, he and Gibson were the same last year. And Michaelis's FIP was 4.27. This year, Michaelis, his ERA is 5.82, pushing 6, as I mentioned, but his FIP is 3.98. That's good to see. So yeah, again, I mean, if both those guys fell around 4.67, that wouldn't really surprise me. You want better than that, but it kind of is what it is at this point in those guys' careers. So, okay, let's talk about some positives with the starters. Obviously, Sonny Gray, exactly as advertised, hasn't allowed a run in his 2 starts. That's great to see. He's that ace the Cardinals needed. Now we all think they need that second guy, but could that second guy be Lance Lynn? He is right now. Lance Lynn having a really nice season as well, going out there battling, competing. You love the veteran presence. You love the fire. You love him chirping the batters. Lance Lynn is great. Lance Lynn is great for business. He's fun. He's quotable. You got to love having Lance Lynn on your ball club. Steven Matz, I know he was bad yesterday, but overall, I think it's fair to say pretty good. They're bringing him along slow in terms of usage, which I think is smart. Seems like they know what they're doing there and they've seen some things and try to keep him healthy, which I get that. So I think, look, Michaelis Gibby, not good. Gray, Lynn, Matt's pretty dang good. Overall, maybe a little better than what we expected with a 4.21 ERA, but that's still you're basically middle of the pack right now. You're 20th, as I mentioned, but I didn't think this rotation was going to be very good. I thought the ceiling for the rotation is probably middle of the pack. Is that fair? I mean, if they get to 13th, whatever it is, but I think that's probably look the strengths of this team were supposed to be the bullpen and the offense, um, and so far the bullpen is carrying the water, carrying the weight. All right, offense. Individually, okay, and I can go back to my my website here. But I did look at this. I did do notes, guys. Every once in a while, look at this. I did notes for you. Boom, 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 boom. A whole page of notes. So, okay, obviously Wilson Contreras, stud right now. Mason Wynn, stud. Lars Nootbaar coming off the injured list, hitting very well. Ivan Herrera. How about Ivan Herrera? I mean, that's fantastic to see. So those guys all with OPSs over 800. Those guys are doing their jobs for sure. Even Brendan Donovan also. He's right below there, but Brendan Donovan is having a nice season. I won't talk about the guys in the middle, which I'd include Nolan Arenado as a guy in the middle right now. He's look, he's not Goldie. He's finding his way. Seems like he's improving. But and look, Victor Scott, we talked about him on the podcast. Victor Scott to me, he's not supposed to be in the big leagues. He's in the big leagues because of injury. Love the kid, love his future. It's nothing against him. Great defender. Offensively, he needs the development in the minor leagues in AAA. He wasn't supposed to be here. I get it. Um, you can't take automatic outs, especially when you have another automatic out right now in Jordan Walker. I love Victor Scott's defense, but you can't have a dude who's hitting below 100 if that's still the case. I didn't look that up, but it was .091 recently when I looked it up. And then okay, so Goldie 516 OPS. I saw a tweet from Jeff Jones about how he's hitting really poorly versus sliders. He only had the extra base hit, the home run on opening day. We thought, oh, terrible spring. Goldie's back. Had a great opening day against the Dodgers, and ever since. So 516 OPS. Jordan Walker 546 OPS. You're wondering, could Jordan Walker get sent down? And that's the thing. This team is not going to make the playoffs. They're not going to be good. If Paul Goldschmidt is bad like this, I don't think he'll be this bad. But if he's not above average, I don't think this team can make the playoffs. Jordan Walker, I expected him to take the step in his sophomore season. He had a nice rookie season offensively. Obviously, wasn't great defensively, but a nice rookie season with the stick. And we're talking about him maybe getting sent down. So I expected him to take a nice little jump, and it's been the exact opposite. All right. Well, I couldn't make this video super long. I got some things to do, but thanks for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, share the video, share the channel, put it in your group text, put it on social media. What do you guys think as we're about what? 12, 13%, whatever it is, into the season, 9 and 10. What's the vibe check? Is it what you thought it was? To me, it is. I thought they were going to go like what, 6 and 10 entering the A series. And if you figure they win the A series, that would have been what, 8 and 11, and they're 9 and 10. So the Cardinals are kind of right where I thought they would be. But important to note, I didn't think they were going to be that great this year. I said 83 wins. They feel mediocre-ish, right around 500. Again, I think the offense is going to be better. I do, but I think the starting pitching overall is not going to be fantastic. We shall see. Again, comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the Cardinals. What do you like? What do you not like? What are you worried about? What's pissing you off? What are you happy about? Let's not always be negative. We got to celebrate Wilson Contreras and Ivan Herrera and Mason Wynn and Nootbaar and Helsley and JoJo Romero and Andrew Kittredge also and Steven Matz and Sonny Gray and Lance Lynn. There's some good things to talk about, but there's some negatives as well. And you got that about equals 9 and 10. Last place in the Central. Pretty mediocre feeling. All right. See you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.